Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Bryce with BIS Media, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the game optimizer on 2022 LG OLEDs. And as an example, I have my PS5 on right now, so that way you guys can kind of see what it looks like. But what it technically is a picture setting, but it also has some great tools for being able to keep track of if your VRR is working, what your frame rate per second is, and different sync modes. That way you can just kind of see it without having to constantly go in there and manually switch those things. So all you have to do is go click your settings button once on your remote. And it's going to bring up this bar. We're going to select the picture mode. So I'm going to scroll all the way over to Game Optimizer. It's on now. So after you switched it on, if you click that settings button once, it brings up the dashboard. So it has frame rates per second, has your VRR, it shows it's off right now. It has black stabilizer, low latency, dark room, multi-view, game optimizer, and all settings. So on these up here, you can't really do anything with those right here, but if I click to the right, you can switch what preset. So this is standard, first-person shooter, RPG, RTS, which I think is something to do with puzzles or real something. Yeah, I'll show you guys here in a little while. And then that one is sports, then it goes back to the standard. Now you can switch to different darkroom modes, so I have it off. But if I click, you can do level 1, level 2, so it kind of dims the image so it's not super bright. And then you can do multi-view, which if you do a multi-view, it makes it where you can do a picture-in-picture, AirPlay, have YouTube. You can either do side-by-side or picture-in-picture, which is pretty nice. And then if I go back and I hit that settings button again, you can do game optimizer. And if you do all settings, it just brings it back to the regular settings menu. But this is the game optimizer here. So you got frames per second, VRR, black stabilizer, and low latency is shown on. So there's that game genre I showed you guys earlier with the 4 different options. So if I click here, yeah, that standard first-person shooter, RPG, real-time strategy. I was thinking, I knew it was something with puzzles or sports. And so you can do OLED motion, and it says that optimizes image quality for fast phase games. Reduce blue light, adjust the color temperature automatically to reduce eye strain due to the blue light. There's that dark room mode, prevent input lag. You can do standard, or you can tell it to do boost. And it gives you different options as far as that goes. And then the game dashboard, so you can turn this off and on. It's automatically turned on once you turn it to this picture setting, which is pretty nice. AI game sound, when playing the game, the AI automatically detects the best sound settings in the 3D surround type. VRR and G-Sync is automatically turned on for me. AMD FreeSync Premium, that's another thing you could turn on. Fine tune dark areas, so you can adjust the brightness of the dark part of the game screen to make it more visible, while input related setting is turned on. And the menu color, you can change that to several things. It's automatically violet, but I have mine orange, or you can change it to green, whichever one you prefer. I wish they would make it where you had more options than just 3, so maybe eventually they'll do that. Who knows? Hopefully they do. That'd be pretty nice to have a whole color wheel. You could just choose anything that you want. And then last but not least, it has a user guide, and that should give you a rundown of basically everything in the game optimizer, and you can actually tell it to do all these different presets automatically for you based on what you like, which is pretty sweet. Let's see if I can go back straight into it. And then you can actually go over to picture, and there's those different game genres as we just looked at, the 4 different options. Then you can switch through the different stabilizers, so it has a little wheel. You can go all the way up to 20, and just keep mine at 10. But you can fine tune it to however you like. That makes it where the blacks lighten up, the whites lighten up a little bit too. It just adjusts the visibility and makes it a little bit easier for you to see. Well, all right, guys, that is all of the game optimizer. It's a pretty nice little menu there, so that way you can kind of see all the different stats whenever you're playing games for PS5, new Xbox, Nintendo Switch, wherever your game system you want it to be. You can technically put this on any input that you really want to, but it really only works, obviously, if it's going to be for your gaming. Alright guys, that's all this video. If you did like this video, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment on if you actually use this and what color menu do you have it on your TV. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.